I'm actually stunned. I can't believe you don't even pay your living expenses to your parents. How can you live without shame? What? Even though you're 35 years old now, you're still single, living at your parents' house. If I were you, I'd collapse from misery. I may be a miserable single 35-year-old living at my parents' house, but I do pay money to my parents. Instead of paying a fixed amount for my living expenses, I gave them a family credit card for them to use freely. But you deactivated that credit card. Your father gave me a call saying, you finally stopped paying even for the living expenses. What? He said, maybe I failed at parenting. He was crying very frustratedly. I feel sorry for your parents. It's a misunderstanding. I didn't deactivate it. They just spent it up to the limit. I lowered the spending limit to $5,000 per month starting this month. My parents have already maxed it out, and that's why they can't use it anymore. Don't lie to me. That kind of false accusation won't work on me. Huh? You couldn't pay your credit card bill anyway, right? I can't believe you can't even pay your credit card bill. You must have been fired from your company. Fired from my company? I don't know how that came up all of a sudden. That's because you're a miserable and embarrassing single lady. What? Anna, you were working in an apparel industry, weren't you? Yes, I'm a store representative. It's a pity that you got fired after you got promoted to that position. But it can't be helped. No one wants to buy clothes from a 35-year-old woman. The brand image will be damaged, so there's no choice but to fire you. Huh? Why don't you just get married already? Since your brother is already ahead of you, you have to hurry. But even if you wanted to get married, you're an old single lady living at her parents' house, plus jobless now. Marriage has become even more difficult for you. Hey, Millie, what do you think you're saying without confirming the truth? What? Assuming that I've been fired? And why is being married such a big deal? Isn't it natural? Single women in their mid-30s are people at the bottom. The bottom? I got married in my 20s, which makes me a winner. Right now, I'm living a glamorous life overseas with Zach, who's assigned to an overseas branch. I see you on social media all the time. I see you're living a very luxurious life. Thanks to Zach's outstanding performance. I hope you can learn from him. And for the sake of your parents, find a new job as soon as possible. Even though you're in the bottom, they haven't abandoned you and are letting you live with them. How dare you talk about me like that? Just because your credit card has been stopped? You treat me like a lousy daughter who doesn't pay her living expenses. Millie made fun of me again because of that.
It's true that you haven't been paying your living expenses, right? I told you that you had to pay for your own living expenses if you were going to live at our house. And yet, you broke that promise. Go get rid of the credit card limit now.
You've got to be kidding me. I have no idea how much you'll spend if I remove the limit. How much do you think you spent last month alone?
How am I supposed to know that? Your mother and I never look at the price when we're shopping.
Please, it's time you got in the habit of looking at prices. You spent $20,000 last month.
Oh, that's nothing. Your mother and I once spent $100,000 in a month.
That was when your company was in its heyday. But that company has already gone under. Now you and Mom are both unemployed and have no savings. So you better get a grip on your financial senses soon.
What are you talking about, you stupid daughter? My company hasn't gone under yet. We've just been deceived and robbed, that's all.
What?
It's natural for a company to have fluctuations in sales. And yet, the bank stopped financing us just because our sales dropped a little. At a time like that, another company in the same business offered to help. That's why I signed the papers. I didn't expect the whole company to be taken over by them.
Hey, calm down. They said it was a merger proposal. It's an absorption type merger. They said they'd hire all the employees of our company. They offered us a lot of good deals, so we should be grateful.
You've gotta be kidding me. Why is my company the one being absorbed? I thought I could make it big by absorbing their company.
There's no way a falling company can absorb another company. Why did you make that assumption?
Shut up, you stupid girl. You're a heartless girl who won't even cry when her precious family's company disappears. All you had to do was bring in a rich man as our son-in-law. Then, we could have rebuilt the company and wouldn't have lost it. It's your fault too that it came to this, you know.
Huh?
I'll definitely get my company back someday. Even if my eldest daughter is useless, I still have my son and his wife. I heard they're coming back from overseas soon. I'm sure Zach will reclaim the company for me.
What? Zach and his wife are coming back? I didn't hear that from Millie earlier.
Apparently, his overseas assignment is coming to an end soon. I'm sure they'll take that opportunity to leave and take over my company.
There's no more company for him to take over. It was absorbed and disappeared. It's time you accepted reality.
Shut up, you useless daughter. Don't talk back to your parents when you have nothing to offer them. Just go get rid of that credit card limit. We can't even afford to go shopping without satisfaction. This life is so wrong.
Anna, I guess it's about time you saw the empty room. I just got home from a trip with my friends and was looking at it. What the hell is this? Why is my stuff cleanly gone? It means there's no place for you in that house anymore, Anna. So please, just leave. We're moving in there this afternoon. So please make sure you're gone by then. Wait a minute. What do you mean you guys are moving in? What about Zach's job? You just recently came back to the US, right? He resigned from his job upon his return, and he finally decided to take over his parents' company. What? Our parents' company? His original plan was to take over his family's company all along. That's why he worked for a major company and gained experience. He even got to the point where he was put in charge of overseas assignments. And at last, he will become the CEO of the company. I'm going to be the wife of the CEO. That means... Seems my parents are behind the disappearance of my belongings. Yeah, your parents got rid of your stuff. When I told them we wanted to move in together when taking over the company, they were very happy. They said they'd rather live with their son and his wife than with their daughter, who's still single at a good age. No wonder they were so excited to see me off on my trip. Normally, they'd have insisted that I take them with me. I thought it was weird that they didn't ask for souvenirs or anything. You don't even pay for your own living expenses. You're unemployed since you got fired from your job. So, how did you afford to go on a trip like that? Don't you realize that you're a miserable, single, jobless old woman? Huh? Well, you will realize it sooner or later, even if you don't want to. You will be kicked out of your parents' house, and you will start living a lonely, single life. A life without jobs, money, and men is just too painful to imagine. But it's a life that would suit you very well, Anna. A single, jobless sister-in-law like you should get out of here. From today on, your parents' house and company belong to your brother and his wife. That's very helpful. Thank you. Huh? I never thought the day would come when I'd be saved by your misunderstandings. Once again, thank you for giving me this chance. I can't believe I can finally get out of this hell. I'm really happy. Huh? Why are you happy? Anna, you just got kicked out of your house by your own parents. And you're happy? Are you out of your mind? You've been given a comfortable life, and yet you call it hell? You don't even have a heart to thank your parents, do you? How can I thank them? They still can't accept the fact that their company went under, and they're using up my money on lavish shoppings. Do you have any idea how hard I work to live with them? What? Their company went under? Their sense of money is as crazy as ever. I'm sure that's why they spent $20,000 using my credit card. I can't tell you how much my family's finances have tortured me over the years. If I wasn't such a talented sales manager, I'd be bankrupt. Wait a minute. What the hell was that all about? It can't be true that the company went under. I knew it. They didn't tell you anything, did they? I'm sorry, but my family's company went under a long time ago. There's nothing for Zach to take over anymore. What?
What do you think, Anna? You must have been surprised to find it empty when you came back. I've sold all your stuff. I'm going to have you leave so you won't be single any longer.
Huh?
If we force you to live alone, you'll meet more people. And maybe you'll find someone to marry. You're making your parents worry, even at a good age. Unlike your brother, you have no filial piety.
Don't talk so high and mighty. You just want to get rid of me to live with your son and his wife. Millie told me you're going to live with Zach and his wife from now on.
Oh, so you knew. Good. That's why you have to leave now. From now on, we'll live in elegant retirement with our son and his wife.
Elegant life with Zach and his wife?
He was in a major company. He makes more money than you. He must have had a lot of money saved up. He'll give us a credit card with no limit. And with what he's done so far, he'll take my company back in no time. What a brilliant son I have.
Yes, he's a brilliant son who has your blood running deep in his veins. He's just as scatterbrained and debt-ridden as you are. He can't give you a credit card because he can't even make one.
What? What do you mean he's in debt? And he can't make a credit card?
Zach and his wife were so excited living abroad that they spent too much. That's why they have a lot of debt. They don't have any credit cards now, and they can't even make one.
What? What will happen to our lives then? How are we supposed to do our shopping from now on?
Maybe he'll cut into his savings and give you a certain amount of money. Or maybe you won't get any allowances.
Huh?
You all can talk and figure out what to do. I'm leaving, so it's none of my business. Well then, I hope you have fun living together. I can't live with them anymore. Help me, Anna. Oh dear, what's wrong? It hasn't even been a month since you started living together. But I can't do it anymore. Your parents were furious when we told them about our financial situation. They said if we can't pay our living expenses, we have to do all the chores. They started to force me to do all the housework and started fooling me.
Wow. They're taking it out on you because they can't have the luxuries they've dreamed of. I'm so ashamed of them, even though they are my parents.
But we are also victims of being tricked. We came here thinking there would be a company to take over. Then, we found out that the company was actually merged with another company. And I can't become the wife of the CEO. But when I pointed this out to them, they got even angrier and went on a rampage. They told me that I had no right to speak up.
I'm sorry you're going through so much already, but I'm sure you'll get along just fine with each other. Just try a little harder.
I can't. Please, let me escape to your place, Anna.
What? To my place?
I thought you had just been fired from your company. But actually, I was wrong. I heard that you are still working hard at the apparel company. In fact, I heard you got a big promotion and your annual salary has increased.
Where did that information come from? Well, the promotion and the increase in income are true.
So, is it true that you're living in a luxury townhouse? I heard you moved to a nice townhouse.
Yeah, I took the plunge and bought a brand new townhouse. My parents spent a lot of my money, so I'm taking out a 35-year loan with no down payment. But with my current income, I think I can afford it.
Please, let us live in that house for a while. We somehow want to get out of this house. We'll leave as soon as we get our lives back on track. So please, tell me your address.
Absolutely not.
What?
You know, I'm a 35-year-old woman who used to live with my parents. I want to enjoy my single life a little more.
Oh.
And it's not like I've given up on marriage either. I can't bring in a nice guy if my brother and his wife are around.
Well, if that happens, just let us know and we'll leave. And I apologize for everything I've said. So please, help us.
I'm sorry. I'm a woman in the bottom. I don't have a generous heart. I'm not going to help someone who's made fun of me so much.
Oh no.
Don't worry. My brother is a brilliant man. Maybe he really can rebuild the family business. In fact, he may even start his own company and succeed. Then, good luck with taking care of my brother and parents. Zach went to work for the company that absorbed our parents' company. However, he had to start as an ordinary employee. He can do his job reasonably well and is achieving results. However, compared to his previous job at a major company, his salary is half of what it used to be, and his motivation is still sluggish. Moreover, the employees who used to work for his parents' company don't have a good impression of him, saying, "Is he the son of that selfish CEO?" Millie and my parents finally decided to work part-time to make ends meet. I hope this will be a good opportunity for everyone to get back to a proper sense of finances. Well, it's none of my business anymore. I'll enjoy my elegant single life in a townhouse with a glass of wine and slices of prosciutto in my hand.